I'm in the woods again, yay! And doing an overnighter, which I've been planned for. I've planned for a couple of weeks now, but unfortunately I just had a bit of flu, so I've got over the worst of that, and thankfully I'm out again. This time I brought, well, same as last time, I brought the Dutch Army tent with me because I'm hoping to get some rainfall on that and test it out. I'm looking forward to that because boy have we had some rain. I don't know if you can hear, but the stream down by the side of me here is well up, so there's plenty of rainfall in the mountains too. I've had a good walk in here. It's quite a sizable place here, this woodland, an old favourite, just like an old friend. Here's the stream. Yeah, you can tell by the stream that we've had a ton of rainfall. Yeah, so I'm off to another old location. I don't think I've ever had this one on film. I don't think I've ever recorded this on YouTube. I think it's been about 3 years since I've been here. So all being well, it's going to be pretty much the same, I hope. Yeah, so it's great. This, like I say, we've had forecast some really bad weather coming, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope we do get it because I can test out that Dutch Army tent, can't I? The last time I took it out, on my previous video, I didn't get any rainfall at all, did I? So this is why I brought it out for a second time. And the walk into this place has been significantly more than what my last camp was. So I've covered about, I'd say about 3 miles with the Dutch Army tent. It hasn't been too bad, to be fair. You know, it's fine. And there's a grab handle on the bag, so that makes it all the more easy to carry. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I always do say the same to everybody. How much I am looking forward to it is because I really am. And thank you for joining me. And I do hope you enjoy watching, and it's great to have you all along. Here's the spot right here, so I'll set up along here somewhere. I've got the lovely stream behind me. That's quite high, but there's no chance of flooding here. I'd say it's at its highest at the moment, so there's quite a bit of a drop down there, so there's no chance of me being washed away in the middle of the night. No, I'd never camp anywhere where I thought it flooded for obvious reasons. No. But I'll set up now. We have had the odd shower while I've been setting up, which is typical, but it's all done now, luckily. I'll show you camp. But I couldn't ask for a nicer spot than that, could I? It's just starting to rain again. But yeah, the stream's so well high up. Certainly glad I came out today. Yeah, so I've set up the Dutch Army tent as per, nice and taut, or as taut as I can get it. That is, I'm going to get it any tighter than that. So it has had a treatment of Fabsil. I'd never come out here and not have backup anyway. My backup is a small super light tarp. I can lie over the top of it and pin it down should it start leaking in on me. So fingers crossed. I think it'll be all right. Anyway, something I wanted to show. I didn't show my last video. The ventilation in this tent is superb. At the peak of each door opening, as you can see, they've got these Velcro seals holding bug netting behind, thus giving you loads of ventilation. So I have those. The last time I was out in it, I had those wide open both sides. That's perfect. You can even see through, look, see the stream. But I think that's a great idea. So they've got it both sides. So my sleeping kit for this evening, tonight, is Chira 2 sleeping bag. Loads, plenty warm enough in that. Fabulous. Thermarest Neo Air and a closed cell foam mat. And I know that I'm going to be really warm in that. Just starting to rain. You can hear it on the canvas. Putting up that tent's made for thirsty work. I think it's time for a nice hot chocolate, don't you? And I'm going to sit back, sit in my chair and soak up all the rain. Not the rain. Soak up all the beautiful scenery around me. It's absolutely beautiful, this woodland. Say it is private, so unfortunately I can't have a campfire. Any opportunity that I think I can have one and get away with having one, I will take it. But here, no, it's just not an option, I'm afraid. I've got to be pretty stealthy. Right, I've had to come away from the from the so-called stream that is now the raging torrent to record this, because I don't think you'd hear me over that lot. Anyway, I was tagged in this raising awareness to men's mental health, the state challenge thing that was, I believe it was created by a channel called Hayes Outdoors. And I was tagged by a lovely fellow, a fellow that's from the was originally from the Black Country or so, I believe. Bulgarian Organic Smallholding is the name of the channel, and yeah, it's got a fantastic channel, and it's all about being self-sufficient. The channel is, and life and farming and all along those lines. So if you haven't already, please go and check him out. And thank you for tagging me, mate. I don't normally like doing these sort of things, but I think it's a good. I think it's a very good topic. Okay, men's mental health, or anybody's mental health, is a very serious thing, and it's far more serious than society seems to let on, or people let on. I myself am a sufferer of depression, from depression. I've suffered many years. I'm sure there's people that are far worse than me, and I'm sure there's people that are slightly better than me, but I do suffer from depression, so I can talk about that part of men's mental health. I myself personally, I won't go too deeply into it because I don't want to bore you. I myself personally was round people of negative nature that brought me down slowly over the years, and basically there was nothing I could do about the situation, so let's leave it there. I'll leave it as that. Anyway, that was the start of it. So I find these are all my views and what I do to help myself. Somebody who's watching this, you may disagree with what I'm saying, but this is me personally, and this is how I cope with depression and life in general with depression. It's all about me forcing myself to be positive, even when, like, a mind that's been, how can I put it, a mind that's been in negative situations or around negative people for such a long time, all it seems to know is, and tune into, is negative thoughts. So your thoughts are always your mind always seems to want to focus on spiders. No, not spiders. Spiders in my face. On negative thoughts in the mind. I think this is because this is all you seem to become used to, and your mind seems to go like on the front line. That's what I call it. And it's always like, whatever you do, it's always trying to press the self-destruct button. I don't mean like suicide. So what I do, a way of coping, is I think I draw a line in my mind, and rather than dwelling, where my mind wants to naturally dwell on things in negative that are happened in the past, or negative thoughts, hurtful thoughts, things that you've been through, your mind naturally wants to go back to those. I draw a line, and my thought process, I won't let it go back past that line. Or another way of putting it is, I've got this box. Sounds crazy, right? I've got this box. I've got this from somewhere, but I don't know where I've got it from, but it's great. It works for me, and I do hope it helps for somebody else. Anyway, I've got this box in my mind, and I've got the key to the box. And any sad thoughts I get, or if I'm feeling down or whatever, or in my mind, well, I've only got this, there's only me that owns this key, nobody else, and I can open and close this box to whenever I feel I need to. So I get on these bad thoughts or bad memories, and I stick them in this box, and I get the big wrought iron key and I lock them away. Right, so the more I did this through the years, the easier it gets, right? Remember, this is just what I do to cope with depression, part of what I do to cope with depression. So I lock them away, and of course I've got the key. Remember, nobody else has got this key. So there's times that everybody needs to reflect, okay? And there'll be times that you need to step back, be grieving or whatever. So if I want to, I'm in control, nobody else. Remember, I open this box and I can do what I've got to do and think back over whatever I've been through and choose to out that box what memory or whatever, and then when I'm done, open it up, put it back in, and then lock it away. So anyway, that's what I do to cope. Part of what I do to cope with depression. The more I do that, the key in box, the pirate's chest, or whatever you want to call it, the more I've done that through the years, the easier it's got to do. But I recommend trying it. If it doesn't work for you, fair enough, that's okay. But I just thought I'd share it because it does help with me. Okay. Yeah. Being us men, alpha male, we're like to think we're macho and we can't share our feelings and our thoughts. We can't cry, show our emotions because it's a sign of weakness. And really, showing our emotions is a sign of strength. It's a sign of inner strength to be able to share with others how you're feeling. So push through it, and you can do it. If you suffer or suffering in any way, speak to somebody. And if you can't speak to somebody in person, there's many helplines out there, like Samaritans and so on, that are great help, because I'd used the Samaritans in the past, a good few years ago now. And believe you me, the man on the other side of the phone, I could tell he's from Manchester, but the man on the other side of the phone on the Samaritans was like an angel. He truly was. I don't know his name, but believe you me, angels do exist. And a human. So there are good people out there. Plenty of bad, but they're all still good folk out there. So don't bottle it up. You need to vent it out. I find that venting is a way of coping, and that with my mind is one way of venting, and doing this is another big thing in me venting, enjoying and letting my hair down, if I got any, I would. Letting my hair down and enjoying the countryside, the woodlands, camping, wild camping, stealth wild camping. So you don't have to be out for the night, just to walk in the woods. But anyway, that's my thing. That's how I get around depression. So even if you can't talk to somebody face to face, there's always people on the end of a phone line that's more than happy to talk to you. There's nothing wrong with crying or showing emotions. They're all there for a reason. You've got these tear ducts here and here to vent all that stress and tension. They're there for a purpose. Just because you're male does not mean you can't cry or cry in front of others. Like I say, it's a sign of strength, inner strength, to be able to share, to vent and cry, and there's nothing wrong with it. Okay? So, really, that's my little bit on men's mental health and awareness, or anybody's mental health. It's so very important. It's still, I believe, it's getting better, but it still is a taboo subject. But it is looking promising. We are seeing more and more on the TV about it and stuff like that, which is very few good things on the telly nowadays, isn't there, really? But yeah, it is getting mentioned more and more, which is a good thing. So we've always got to keep forward, try and keep positive. Even when I'm having a really bad day, I just try my best to think positive. If you watched any of my other videos, thank you very much, but you'll watch I'm always like setting myself little goals. Right, I've got to camp, I've got a lovely location, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, step by step by step. So that's all, it's all about positivity and being positive and getting away a mind that is hurt and damaged and rewired as such to think negative, because a mind can get like that attuned to thinking negative thoughts. That's all it really knows. So really it's about like rewiring your thoughts and your thought processes, and I'm not saying it's a cure, but it helps me, and it's a good thing to do. Anyway, enough of me going on. This time of year there's not many daylight hours, so I could do with cooking my steak. Today I shall be cooking a yellowfin tuna steak. Well, there's two smallish ones, so I'll be cooking those. And I've got some, what have I got with them? I've got rice, I've got a couple of packs of rice to do with it. I forgot my salt and pepper, but I'm going to lightly fry or sear the steaks, I think it's called. I'm going to sear the steaks in olive oil. I forgot my salt and my black pepper, but oh well, I have had them before and I know how delicious they are. So I'm going to shut up now, and I hope I've been of some help to somebody. If not, it doesn't matter. I've put across what I do and my thoughts on things. So anyway, on with the steaks. So rice done using the stream water. And now I can heat up the olive oil. A leaf in there. Think about tuna. It's quick to cook. Ooh, yes. Ooh. Yum yum. And of course I've forgotten some of my utensils. To do with using the simmering really. I've just put the simmering on there, so that's far better job. It's getting way too hot. So try and flip these over. I forgot my wooden spatula. These are very quick to cook, as you may know. Try not to get them on the wooden floor. Lovely. Stick my rice in. Delicious. Cheers everyone, all the very best. Delicious. It's lowered, it's dropped down now, the stream. It's not as high up the embankments as it was. So I'm inside the tent, and all's good so far. There is rainfall. I don't know whether you can hear it over the stream. Can you hear it? So fingers crossed that we're going to stay dry. Like I said, I'll just use that super light tarp and chuck it over the top if it does leak, so not to worry. problem easy solved. Here's my view. Getting very dark now, as you can see. It's about 4:45. That rain's getting harder and harder. So I'm looking forward to some good sleep. It's been I haven't had that much sleep this week, to be honest, so yeah, I'll catch up on a few hours, all being well. And I think what I will do is actually I'll read a book for a while and listen to the rain on the tent and relax and make the most of where I'm at. Absolutely fantastic. So I'll say hopefully I'll say good night, and you won't see me again until morning, unless there's been a few leaks, but fingers crossed there aren't any. So yeah, anyway, good night, and see you in the morning, all being well. Night. So now it's about what time is it? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's been raining pretty much continuously. Let's have a look what we got. There's no I've been out to the toilet all at once. There's no water. There's a little tiny little few droplets there from when I had the door open earlier, but directly above me there's like very slight condensation where I've been breathing. At the peak of the tent I've got like a bug but there's no water as of yet. Let's move out to this side. No water down here. You just see how it goes. There's nothing coming from the zips as of yet. Looking pretty good so far. Morning. Slept really well. There was plenty of showers throughout the night, and everything's dry within the Dutch Army tent, as I'm pleased to say. I noticed that where I'd been sleeping, where my head was, there was more condensation, obviously because of me breathing my breath. But this morning everything's completely dry. I'll just show you around inside here. So all we have in here really is plenty of leaf matter. There's no real moisture. Around anywhere. It's hard to show, but it is dry. Maybe given more torrential weather, the tent would have leaked. I've yet to find out, but it's been a success that way. So now really I've got to get off. I'm going to do myself a quick drink and then head my way out the woodlands. It's still pretty early. I'd say it's around about 8:30, something like that. So I need to be off, get out of here by about 9:30. So I'll start packing all the gear away. The streams come down a considerable amount. It's not quite the raging torrent that it once was. Right, anyway. Right, I'm going to just do myself a hot drink, like I said, and then get off. That's me all packed away. So sadly it's time to leave such a beautiful place, but there's always another time that I can return. Left spotless, you never know I've been here. The ground is slightly flattened, that's about it. It's always of the utmost importance, I think, to show where you've been, if you've been wild camping, just to show that you respect nature and the woodlands, the forestry, or wherever you may be camping. So finally another wild camp comes to an end. It's always sorry to leave, but I know there'll be hopefully many more, and I'd like to say thank you to all of you, everybody, for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. You're all really appreciated. So yeah, I'm going to walk my way out now, about a 3-mile trek I think. I'm going to take it steady, I'm going to enjoy it, I'm not in any rush. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Until then, Country Woodsman, over and out.